In this video, we're going to look at something called implicit differentiation. It's a technique that's going to allow us to find derivatives when we have functions that are not just presented in terms of x. For example, the equation of a circle, x squared plus y squared equals 10 or something like that, is difficult to arrange in the form y as a function of x. It's got x squared and y squared. We're going to see how we can find derivatives even when we've got equations presented like that. In order to do implicit differentiation, there are two concepts that we need in the back of our minds. One of them is the chain rule, that when we've had things like, well, I've been talking about, stuff to the power of, 3, for example. So for instance, like let's say we had sine x to the power of 3, and the derivative of this, I said, was, well, power comes down and drops by 1, and then we multiply by the derivative of that stuff, which is the derivative of the sine x is cos x. So we're already comfortable with the idea of having a function of a function and then just sort of multiplying by the derivative of that stuff we see inside the bracket. Okay, so the second idea relates to this. Suppose that I had not sine x in this bracket, but y. Okay, let's say I want to differentiate this. Okay, well, if I'm being really strict about the chain rule, it would be that power comes down and drops by 1, and then I multiply by the derivative of the stuff inside the bracket. Okay, well, what's the derivative of y? Well, a lot of people, when they first see that, they think, oh, 1, because the derivative of x is 1. No, the derivative of x with respect to x is 1. What's the derivative of y with respect to y? Well, this is actually something that you know without maybe being aware that you know it. Because let's say I told you y equals, x squared plus 5x. Can you differentiate it? Well, sure you can. It's 2x plus 5. Look, you had no problem differentiating the right-hand side with respect to x. And in fact, you had no problem differentiating the left-hand side with respect to x either. You differentiated y with respect to x and you got dy by dx. dy by dx is the derivative of y with respect to x. So if I want to differentiate y cubed with respect to x, power comes down, drops by 1, multiplied by the derivative of the stuff is y, and it's just dy by dx. So if you can keep these two things in the back of your mind, one, the chain rule works and you know how to do it. If you've got stuff to the power of something, power comes down, drops by 1, multiplied by the derivative of the stuff. And the other thing to keep in mind, sometimes that stuff is y, and you know what the derivative of y is, it's dy by dx. Let's look at loads of examples to get the idea. Let's start with a circle. Okay, can we find an expression for the gradient of this circle based on the fact that its equation is x squared plus y squared equals 4. This, by the way, is just a circle centered at the origin with a radius of 2, because 2 squared is 4. All right, so what we do is we just launch into it, differentiating everything in sight. So let's differentiate the first term, easy, 2x. Differentiate the second term, easy if we're careful. Power comes down and drops by 1. Now we multiply by the derivative of that stuff, which is dy by dx. Differentiate the 4 and we get 0. Students do sometimes ask me, why don't we multiply by the derivative of the stuff when it was x squared? Well, the reason is the derivative of x with respect to x is 1. Dx by dx is 1. Okay, can we find dy by dx? Sure we can. We've got 2y dy by dx equals minus 2x, and dy by dx is minus 2x over 2y, and let's just divide top and bottom by 2, and it's minus x over y. So there is your derivative. Now notice it's a derivative in terms of x and y, but that makes sense. I couldn't give a derivative just in terms of x, because if I pick a point on a circle, like here for example, well, there's another point down here with the same x value. Okay, it's a one-to-many, it's not a function. So our derivative could never be just in terms of x, because there are 2 points with the same x value, which is why it's given in terms of x and y. So if you had some point on the circle, all you need to do is sub in the x value and the y value, and that will tell you the gradient. Okay, let's look at some more complicated examples. Okay, so we've got this weird shape here, x squared plus 3xy minus y squared minus 3 equals 0. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's an ellipse or a hyperbola or something quirky like that. So I want to find the tangent to the curve at the point 1, 1. So we've got our point, we just need the gradient. So I need to know what is the gradient of the curve at that point. So I just sweep through, differentiating everything I see. The first one, easy. Derivative of x squared is 2x. Well, next I've actually got the product of two functions. How do you differentiate the product of two functions? Product rule, of course. Let's have u is 3x and v is y. That means that u dash is 3 and v dash is dy by dx. You may not end up using the u's and the v's always when you do this. With enough practice you don't need to, but for now it's useful. So product rule on 3xy is u v dash, so that is 3x dy by dx plus v u dash. 3 times y is 3y. Now this, so it's minus, now I've got some stuff squared. So power comes down, drops by 1, multiplied by the derivative of the stuff, which is dy by dx. Differentiate -3, and we get 0, and derivative of 0 is 0. Okay, so I want to find what dy by dx is. So I better get all of the dy by dx's on one side and everything else on the other. So I'm going to keep my 2x and my 3y here, and I'll get a 2y dy by dx and then a minus 3x dy by dx. And now I can factorize out my dy by dx. So dy by dx, and it's 2y minus 3x, and that's what equals 2x plus 3y. So we've now got our derivative by just dividing through by 2y minus 3x. It's 2x plus 3y all over 2y minus 3x. Okay, so what's the derivative at the point 1, 1? So I can write at 1, 1, dy by dx is, well, 2 times 1 plus 3 times 1, x and y are both 1 here, is 5. And 2 times 1 minus 3 times 1 is 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. So the gradient is minus 5. And now it's as easy as saying I've got my gradient to my point. So it's y minus the y value equals the gradient times x minus the x value. So y minus 1 equals minus 5x plus 5. And that means that y is minus 5x plus 6. When we're first learning about these sorts of things, it can be really fun to just try sketching them on Desmos and seeing what they look like. So what do we have? We had x squared plus 3xy minus y squared minus 3 equals 0. And we were trying to find what's the equation of the tangent at the point 1, 1. And we got our answer that y equals minus 5x plus 6. Okay, nice. We can see that that blue line there really does just skim past our curve at the point 1, 1. So it's really nice to check graphically your answers sometimes just to get a sense of what's going on. We'll have a quick look at a couple more examples now. So can we find dy by dx in terms of x and y? Our function is, well, not our function, but our equation is cos 2x sec y plus 1 equals 0. So what we've got here is the product of two functions. So I'm going to do the product rule on that. U is cos 2x and v is sec y. So that means that u dash is minus 2 sine 2x and v dash is well, okay, so it's sec of some stuff. So chain rule says that the answer to this is sec y tan y dy by dx. So when I differentiate this, I get u v dash, which is cos 2x sec y tan y dy by dx plus vu dash, so that's actually minus, so minus 2 sine 2x sec y, and that equal, differentiate the rest of it, plus 1, differentiate that, you get 0, and differentiate 0, you get 0. Okay, so I want to find dy by dx, so why don't I get this stuff over to the other side? So I've got cos 2x sec y tan y dy by dx equals 2 sine 2x sec y. Okay, first thing to spot is I've got sec y on both sides, so I can just simply cancel that. Now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to divide by all the stuff I don't want on this side. So I've still got the 2 there. Sine 2x divided by cos 2x is tan 2x. And then I'm also dividing both sides by tan y, and the reciprocal of tan y is cot y. So there's dy by dx, 2 tan 2x cot y. All right, last example. 2 sine y plus sec x equals 3. Can we find the equation of the tangent at the point pi over 3 pi over 6? So there's my point. We just need the gradient. So sweep through differentiating. So the derivative of 2 sine y, well, it's 2 sine of some stuff, so I'll get 2 cos of the stuff multiplied by the derivative of the stuff. Derivative of sec x is sec x tan x, and the derivative of 3 is 0. So what's dy by dx? Well, 2 cos y dy by dx equals minus sec x tan x. And then that means that dy by dx, well, I'm just dividing through by all of this. So it's minus sec x tan x over 2 cos y. Now, don't worry about tidying this up too much. I mean, I'm sure we could if we wanted to, but we're just going to be subbing these numbers in. So all we care about is what the value of this is, not how pretty our expression looks. Okay, so minus sec pi over 3 tan pi over 3 over 2 cos pi over 6. Okay, so these are somewhat tricky to key into your calculator. I'd work them out separately. So firstly, what is sec of pi over 3? Well, it's 1 divided by cos of pi over 3. So that's 2. So I've got minus 2 times, now tan pi over 3 is root 3. And that's divided by 2 times, and then cos pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. Now you can key all of this into your calculator and you're just going to get minus 2. So there's the gradient, there's my point. The equation of the tangent is therefore y minus the y value equals the gradient times x minus the x value. Expand this out a bit if we want. Y minus pi over 6 equals minus 2x plus 2 pi over 3. And finally, y equals minus 2x. And what have I got? I've got 2 pi over 3 plus pi over 6 is 5 pi over 6, so plus 5 pi over 6. And there is the equation of the tangent to this spectacularly complicated curve at the point pi over 3, pi over 6. Okay, I hope that's been a useful look through implicit differentiation. In the next video, we're going to look at stationary points and critical points. See you there.